after I completed my bachelor's degree last year, I went to Warwick University in the UK, where I was doing an LLM in international economic law. So when I came back in October, I got a job with a financial institution. Well, I was doing what I was taught to do. I was doing what I was educated to do. A lawyer, so I was doing legal work. So in January, however, I had to go back to the UK for my graduation. But when I came back, I had it impressed so heavily upon my heart to really start doing what it is I was born to do. I'm a regular tither. I believe so much in tithing, and that's because I've seen the ramifications of tithing. I'll tell you a little story. While I was doing my bachelor's degree at Macquarie University, I gave God an extraordinary seed again. Yeah, for what purpose, I don't remember. But the result of that was I got a car. For me, that was very, very exciting. And in spite of the fact that, here's why God is so cool. The times when I get all these niceties as a result of giving to God are usually times when my family is going through a rough patch. So at that time, I remember I gave God a seed and then I got a car, and I said, aha, now I know how to tickle God in the right way. So I've always been a regular tither. And so when I came back in January after completing my master's in the UK, God prompted me again to give an extraordinary seed, only that this time it was much harder for me to give to God because I really needed the money. We're going through a very extremely rough patch then. But then I adhered to what God told me. After giving him the extraordinary seed, that's where his guidance came so profoundly and so clearly. He said, pursue your motivational speaking now, which is what you're passionate about, which is what gift, which is the gift that I gave to you. Pursue it now, develop it now, become a better motivational speaker now. And so here's what God said again as a result of me giving. He prompted me to resign from my job.
The first time when Doreen came to me and she told me that she wanted to leave her workplace, I was really scared because at that moment, yeah, our family was going through a hard time and all, and I was thinking, okay, now to leave your workplace and do what?
A friend of mine told me about a guy called Dan Boston. He said, you know what, it would be very good for you to work with Dan and his team because they're doing exactly what it is that you love. And very excited I was, yeah. So he introduced me to a guy who was working with Dan, and that guy introduces me to Dan Boston. And so, well, I had a chat with Dan, I had an interview with him, and he totally loved me. And he offered me a job, okay? And this is only a week after I had resigned. So I basically jumped from one job, yeah, to my dream, one job to my destiny. And I so know that it had everything to do with me giving to God. Because here's the thing, that company was actually looking out for someone at that particular point in time. That was totally God. The company is doing everything that I've ever wanted on all fours. Everything. I mean, my boss usually comes up with ideas of how he wants us to have an impact on the youths. And those are the very same ideas I had written in my journal back then. And you know, that can only be God. So right now, if you ask me, am I living a fulfilled, abundant life? I'll say yes.
The great I am, immovable rock, omnipotent